What happened to Quinn? What have they done with him? He's here.
So, I want to just point out a small issue, Quinn.
Oh no. Ah, fudge.
What?
It's getting fixed. Don't worry about it.
Oh, the overlay? Oh, I see it now. Hey, Lamar, I'm black now.
It's not an upgrade. Shit's gonna get real hard where you live.
In Florida.
Yeah, boy.
All right. Hey, we're good now. I want to point out a small issue. Hey, welcome to Soul Bear RPG, everybody, where we put on the best shit shows.
Best.
Thank you, everybody, for joining us. Yeah, I am the storyteller for the Chicago by Night Chronicle, and the Vampire the Masquerade V5 system. And joining us will begin from top down, Lamar.
Hello, my name's Lamar. I'm playing Matthias.
All right, and then after him, Dana.
Hey, everybody, I'm Dana, and tonight I'll be playing Keller.
Perfect. Going over to Vaughn.
Hello, I'm Vaughn. I'll be playing Nathan.
All right. Any other things real quick before we get started?
Are we sponsored, Quinn?
Jump right into it.
Are we sponsored?
Are we sponsored?
Yes, we are sponsored, and I was just okay. Yeah, let's go into the sponsorship. Hey, as always, if you're new here, this channel is brought to you by So Nerdwear. So Nerdwear, it's what the nerds wear. See that banner below that says So Nerdwear? Click it and use the discount code SOULBEAR for 10% off any order, and support our good friend Maddie because he makes good clothes. Awesome. So, before we begin, any questions? Concerns?
I forgot. Do we know the names of our clans yet?
No.
Nope.
That's why
We don't know jack shit.
We are still ignorant babies.
Good. I like being an ignorant 43-year-old man.
Okay. The Childer all find themselves in the cigar lounge of the Succubus Club, closed for a small gathering of fellow kindred. Sitting upon a stage is a well-dressed, bald black man, and next to him, a studious-looking man with round glasses, a little chubbier in the face, and balding on the very top, which sports graying hair along the sides. Next to him is the sheriff, Damien, that black teenager who brought Keller and Matthias in, and a number of other small kindred gathering around them. They all seem to be there as Keller and Matthias are kneeling in place in front of the Prince of Chicago as he lounges in his chair in an air that sort of says, "This is where I belong." A relaxed seating, which in and of itself is more terrifying than him being imposing. Nathan, or Alexander, should we say? Mm-hmm. Your adoptive sire brought you in and introduced you to Annabelle. Beautiful, silver-haired and blue-eyed woman. Obviously of that same fashionable taste as Portia, though in a different sense. Portia seems to be a lot more casual in the moment, and Annabelle's a lot more elegant. And you see the two Childer, and also a nun kneeling before them. A long green-haired person is sort of holding her down in place, but not forcefully. It's more just like an apprehension as her hands are on her shoulders. Matthias. Roll me a wits awareness. Keller can as well. And actually, everybody can do that.
Wits plus awareness. Got you. Cancel.
Sitting at 3.
3.
I got 5.
5.
Jesus, yeah, 5.
I got 3.
3? Okay. You all notice that the nun who came in with Matthias and Keller is whispering a chant. No. A prayer. Nathan, you recognize the language. It's in Latin. There's a lot of homage to Cain, the first murderer. It is a prayer mixed in a Judeo-Christian philosophy. And you notice that whenever she mentions in praise to Cain, it is almost followed by, Dark Father, soon I shall meet you. Dark Father, soon I shall become you. Dark Father, soon you shall rise again and consume us all. Along that line. Unfortunately for Keller and Matthias, they do not speak or understand Latin. But I would imagine that you, especially with 5, it's like, oh, Cain. Before we commence any further, the prince speaks up. Portia, thank you for the venue again. But this gathering is A, not Elysium. B, for the Primogen only. And C, for Camarilla members. Last I checked, you didn't belong to our sect. Portia acknowledges it, bows her head. I just wanted to introduce my child to your domain, Your Majesty. Obviously, this is important business. He's come from Los Angeles, and I didn't want there to be any confusion. The prince looks to you, Nathan. Looks over to Portia. All right. Well, take your child and the sheriff, that teenager, whispers something in the prince's ear real quick. Actually, Portia, you can go, your child can stay. She looks at him. Annabelle goes over to Portia and says, Do not worry, mon ami. I shall watch after him, like he is my own. Portia just brushes her cheek. Of course you will. Stick with her. She'll look after you.
Of course.
And Portia leaves the room, waits just outside the entrance, and closes the door. The prince looks to Nathan, just observing him, looking up and down, and turns quickly his attention straight back to the three kneeling kindred. It has come to my attention that we have two freshly new embraced licks. I imagine that these are them. Tell me, do you understand what you are? Do you have any idea?
I can guess.
Oh, I love this. Alright, beautiful. Go ahead. Tell me.
Well, I am insanely hungry and there's been nothing but blood, and I got staked in the chest in the first 5 minutes of waking up. I'm assuming that means we're something like a fairy tale.
You ain't wrong. You're no fairy tale, though. You're a nightmare. Well, if you were a fairy tale, I guess you'd be one of those old German ones that they read to kids just to scare the shit out of them. You know what I mean?
The originals?
Yeah, the better ones.
Mm-hmm.
What about you? Oh, old timer. What about you?
I mean, with everything that's happened in the last... I'm starting to feel like there's this movie called A Vampire in Brooklyn. It's seeming to be very familiar.
Is that the Eddie Murphy one?
Yes.
Okay.
Honestly, I think I'm sure I'm not on drugs. It's one or the other.
You ain't.
Good. So I'm a demon.
All right. Now tell me this. And he snaps his fingers. The old man who's standing next to him, the one with the round glasses, pulls out his cigar and he lights it for him. Breathes the smoke out. Do you know who embraced you? Was this something that you sought out, or did this just happen to you?
Was he talking to me?
All you two, yeah, you and Keller.
I was given the opportunity to enhance my knowledge of God.
Has it?
It's not the path that I would have chosen, but to be honest, it's not much different. Blood and violence happens to the unwanted all the time. I just haven't felt so compelled to join.
Life is suffering, homie. Unlife is too. What about you?
Got caught in the middle of an unmatched fight between a racist old fuck, a guy with a fucking clothespin in his nose, and some hot
Oh. What were they doing? What were they talking about?
Not entirely sure. I was sent to give them something, and it kind of went downhill from there.
And so they turned you?
No, it wasn't them. It was the hot Japanese broad.
you instantly saw where there was a smile on his face. It immediately turned. Every kindred in the room is whispering to each other. What's awareness? Everybody can.
Do I need to roll this? Because I can just kind of feel that she fucked up.
No. Actually, yeah, you did. You do.
Jokes.
2.
2.
2.
God damn it.
3. Nathan, makes more sense for you. You're sort of embedded in the crowd.
Yeah.
Matthias and Keller, you are really kind of focused in on like, oh shit, we may fucking die right here. Nathan, you hear these whispers of like, there are no Japanese. No, there are none. These sort of whispers who are amongst each other. And you look to the prince, he's like, this woman embraced you?
I was given the choice to survive or die, and I wanted to live. Or unlive, I guess, now. I didn't know that this would be the consequence.
He ponders this information. Interesting. Here's what we'll do. Annabelle, Damien, Seneschal, come with me. The rest of you convene. Old Anarch, who's seen the light, is pointing over to you, Nathan. I assume you're introducing your introduction to my court, rather, is coming with the idea that you wish to join the Camarilla.
Correct, Your Majesty.
Good to hear. Prove yourself. Watch these two. It's your job while I'm away. Watch these 3.
Of course.
Big dog here. He points to the green-haired person. They'll help you out. That's their job. Annabelle, Sovereign, Bishop, now. Prince stands up. Annabelle takes a hand on your shoulder, Nathan, and says, "You'll do fine, mon ami." And leaves the room. The prince directed you to watch them.
Yep.
All right.
Alright, let's get them moved.
I'm sorry?
Oh, is the prince left?
The prince is left with the requested kindred.
So it's like Annabelle went with him, right?
Yep.
Alright, if they have left the court, I guess I will approach both Matthias and Keller.
All right.
Alright, you two, get up. Let's get you somewhere situated.
Okay.
Matthias stands up slowly.
Alexa turns to Nathan and says, "I wouldn't leave the room, though. I think he's coming back. This is a pretty big deal."
Yeah, I had no intention of doing so. Is there, like, anywhere in the room that's, like, seating, like, couches or...
Yeah, it's a cigar lounge, so there's plenty.
Okay, and then I'm gonna, like, lead them to a booth if they're gonna follow me.
Okay.
What's happening to the nun?
Yeah, what is happening with the nun?
Alexa, the green-haired, long green-haired kindred, is still sort of just like struggling to focus on her. You can tell there's some sort of battle going on, but it's very internal. It's very a battle of wills, is the best way to describe it right now.
Is the nun able to move right now, or
No,
she's still
she is praying now.
Are they okay? I say once we sit down.
Probably not.
Are any of us, I guess? Stupid question.
Probably not.
So does the nun actually move towards the booth?
No, Alexa seems to be focused on the nun, making sure they don't go anywhere.
It's just us three, kid.
All right, I'll let her watch those two. I'll let her watch the nun, I guess, if she's keeping an eye on the nun.
Mm-hmm.
Do you ever just wake up wanting to fucking die from hunger? Because that's what I'm experiencing right now, and I've been doing that for the last hour.
Let me see if I can do something for you then. Are there what kindred are around me?
You have a few, but one actually, you feel a hand. You should have seen this person coming, but you don't. Keller and Matthias, you don't see them. For some reason, your gaze is where Nathan feels the hand in a direction. You don't want to look wherever that is. And you see pulling you over a monstrous looking being. He has this elongated, pointed face that goes to a fine point with these whiskers sort of circulating around. He has this ashy, dark gray skin and these extremely long, pointed ears. He has a tattered top sort of fedora on and is wearing also a tattered suit, as if he probably would have been homeless himself. And he points to you and says, "Hey, kid."
Hello. Good evening.
Good evening. It seems like the child, they wanted some sustenance, some vitae.
She's starving.
Probably just fresh, aren't they?
Yes, that's what it appears to be.
Yeah.
I don't think she was eaten once.
Probably wants the good blood and straight from the source, but all we got here right now, I can muster are cups. It's fine blood. I don't know if it's gonna satiate her fully.
I mean, anything's better than nothing. If it keeps her under control.
Yeah, indeed. Here.
Hands over, walks over to the bar, pulls out a pint glass, and reaches underneath and fiddles for like a good minute. Pulls out a bag of blood and
Give it to the kid. Now, let me ask you this again. You said you were, the fledgling of Portia.
Correct, sir.
Oh, sir. I like that. Not a lot of Toreador call me such things. My manners, excuse me. I do have one question before I let you run off there, feed that child. Why leave Los Angeles and come to Chicago? Is it simply for your sire?
That opportunity. A chance to gain more experience.
No. Alright then. I'm gonna be keeping my eye on you, kid.
Yes, sorry, I don't think I quite got your name. Or what should I call you?
Josiah would know. I'm the primogen of the Nosferatu. Just say that much. It'd be right to get her blood boiling if that's something you want to do.
I see. Well then, I'm Alex. A pleasure to meet you. Thank you for helping with the feeding the new childer.
Take care now.
Internally, I'm like, what the fuck?
Correct. Correct.
That was the exact moment that you know you fucked up.
I don't know what that means. Inwardly, Nathan was like, I don't know what I just fucking said to half of that. I take the glasses to the table, and I place one right directly in front of Keller. Drink.
Sure, fuck it. And I chug it.
Okay.
He gave me 3, right? Or just the one?
He gave you 3.
Okay. And I place one in front of Matthias as well.
All right. Keller, you slake 1 hunger.
Great. One is better than none.
Mm-hmm. Nathan, if you have any hunger, that is not a 1. You slake it.
Alright, that
But
means...
Dias, I still think you're clear.
I am clear, but I am injured. Does that do anything?
No. You would have to. We'll get to that.
I didn't. I'm just checking.
Alright.
So, just so I'm clear, because once again, I'm pretty sure I didn't. Well, at least last time, I might have been drugged. This is blood,
Correct.
and we are willingly drinking blood.
For nourishment, yes.
And I am not disgusted by this.
No, you're a vampire and you find it delicious.
I've
Okay,
definitely had worse than this.
I mean, okay, sorry. It's fairy tales. Tom Cruise, Brad Pitt, young white women. It's whole.
Nathan can't have a chuckle at that.
It's especially it's not a lot of black vampires in media, or vampires in real life. So this is
I would say Blade, but I feel like he doesn't count.
he's dope, but was he really a vampire? He's just
I think he
kind
was
of
only half.
more like
Perhaps.
just a quiet Wesley Snipes, really.
In popular media, no, there are not many vampires of color. In reality, it is different.
Okay, well, beyond that, up until now, there was no vampires in real life. So, things change. I guess I'm happy to see some representation, forcefully, but hi, my name is Matthias. It is nice to meet you. I am so sorry, Keller, for speaking to you in the car as if you were not conscious, but I did see you were...
I was indisposed.
You were definitely not disposable, I guess I will say.
Definitely dead-like.
And you, young man, or
You may call me Alex.
hello there, Alex. Alex, you seem to be more inclined in this world than Keller and I.
Slightly.
Oh?
Just
What does that mean, I say, as I want to insight check?
Do you really got? Do you guys really
I do
want to?
actually.
All right,
I'm
all
like,
right, all right.
huh.
So it's gonna be an opposed check.
What do
Great.
I do?
I'm terrible at insight. Let's
It
do
is wits insight for Keller, and charisma subterfuge for Nathan.
Okay, 4 dice. Let's go. Let me light
it.
this
2 versus
bitch.
4, let's go! Oh, hey, I got 2 8s.
I got 2 successes.
I'm not
Match.
rolling, but if I did, I would have gotten 5 successes.
Fuck you!
You got okay. Well, you know what? I'll count that for something in particular. Matthias, for you. Usurper.
Matthias just kind of rubs his head. He's like, I'm clearly losing my mind. And he looks at Alex. And he just nods. It's, well, I guess life is always new experiences.
That is quite an understatement.
So, like, can you fill us in on any of this? Like, we're just hanging out waiting for our ultimate demise.
I'm freshly arrived. I am afraid I am not particularly familiar with the court of Chicago.
Oh, I don't mean that. I mean, like, the technical shit.
I'm just gonna take a sip of my drink. This Vaughn doesn't know ass.
Like, I've heard the word kindred thrown around. Is that what we are?
Yes, we are. That one I do know it. Yes, we are kindred or vampires is what we are called.
Okay. That's
Okay.
a little bit of information.
So.
Also, wait a second. Before we go any further. Were you at Kara's laundromat yesterday?
Yes. I live there.
Is that why the nun lady was there? Because I ran into her and I, just clicked in my brain that I think I've seen her before.
I am...
Does she have a name? I feel weird calling her a nun lady.
I am a street man of the cloth. While not ordained by any particular church, I do provide the word of the Lord to those who need to hear it. It is not abnormal that people of the cloth may come to speak to me. Do I know her name? No. But she does like to be referred to as Mother. Weird, yes, but...
Yeah, she was definitely, like, super nice to me, and then suddenly she wasn't. She was screaming about shadows and shit.
Those who live on the street tend to see and hear things. Heightened senses of survival makes you weary about strangers. It's one of the parts of recovery that's the hardest for a lot of, well, people who need to recover.
I'm just gonna assume she was with you, and that's why she chased me out. Because I needed to get fucking drug money, dude. I was just there to pick it up and leave. She fucking shooed me out, and I got in trouble for it.
Drugs. One as young as you fell into the life as well, huh?
Is there any other life?
Yes. The question is it better? That's a harder question.
Works out for me right now, but I see where it's gotten me, so.
We all end up in hell one way or another for the problems we've caused. Rather it's to ourselves or to others.
Amen.
Let's just have fun on the way down then, shall we?
A bald man approaches your table. He dresses in a very scholarly manner as well. He's sort of in one of those corduroy jackets with the leather elbows. He's dressed in a fine sweater vest and a nice tie to go underneath it. However, the most interesting thing about it is he has this olive skin and this stark white long beard. He looks like something straight out of an old painting belonging to a philosopher of the Regency age. As he does, Nathan, you know exactly who this is. Once you look past it, it's your philosophy professor.
Inward screaming.
Oh no, it's already broken!
And he comes up and he says, "Forgive me for intruding upon all of you. I wanted to come and introduce myself and gather some information from all of you. Tell me,
You, in particular, Mr. Bishop?
Correct.
That must be confusing.
It is.
Why join our sect in particular? It is an interesting thing. I can only imagine it is because you've seen the folly of the Anarch movement. A noble one, but not one meant for us kindred.
Just inwardly.
Lamar.
Why
Did I join? Or am planning to join, you ask?
many refugees from Los Angeles come to Chicago these nights? It is still the crown jewel of North America, after all.
How to answer that? Nathan thinks about how to bullshit.
Take your time. Like, yeah, yeah. Don't worry about it.
While I understand certain viewpoints of an anarchist and why they think the way they think, I think when one looks to history and what happens in trying to prevent it from repeating itself, it is order and well-placed systems in which many countries or organizations survive and gain experience.
Interesting. I too have reached this conclusion with some addendums into it.
Well, here's a brief answer.
Forgive me. I am Critias. I am the primogen of the Bruja.
Pleasure to meet you, sir.
It is a pleasure to meet you. I very much look forward to educating you into the ways of the Camarilla. I believe this is the conclusion that our good prince is going to reach.
I look forward to it. Continuing to learn from you.
The fates of these two, I do not know so much. Perhaps,
And the older man with the round glasses comes back out. May the magnum opus and the primogen of the Bruja convene with his majesty immediately. Alexa looks up, acknowledges it, and just is sort of like in this mental battle between her and the nun. And then you see Damien in an instant rush up, sprint in, tackle the nun, and stake her. And where there was a praying nun, she goes limp.
ah,
Damien just kind of looks up, grabs them by the arm. Gently. Some concern there. And they nod and they work their way into the back.
forgive me. I am needed.
His Majesty calls.
Indeed he does. I understand Los Angeles has not had the best luck of princes. But we have had recent fortune at this one.
That's good to know. Thank you.
Of course.
It turns around and walks into the back room.
I look to the nun. Well, that's one way to keep an eye on her.
Yeah, that's not fun.
I can't imagine it is.
Is everything so 18th century here?
That's what it would appear to be, isn't it?
Ugh.
Oh, I'm just gonna go ahead and accept everything I see.
As you should. I'm sorry you had to see that again.
Yeah, so You got. They stabbed you in the chest.
Yep.
You're fine.
Yeah.
And they stabbed the nun in the chest. And she is fine.
Twice now.
Okay.
It's
No.
kind of hard to explain. You're there, but you can't move. You can feel, and it hurts, and you're awake though.
So sleep paralysis. Good.
Basically,
That's rough.
it's not easy.
So, young Mr. Alex,
My last name's Bishop, if that makes it more comfortable.
Mr. Bishop. Shall I assume that you are too new to Chicago? Too new to Chicago to be able to answer any questions that may pertain to our current situation.
That is unfortunately correct.
How long have you been in Chicago, Mr. Bishop?
I'm trying to. Vaughn's thinking.
Vaughn's thinking we're on a pause screen
Yeah.
right now.
It's like the Jeopardy theme in Nathan's head. Sometime, but not long enough to get any real knowledge about the comings and goings of what may or may not happen tonight.
I understand.
we're-
My travels was about 3 days myself. Keller, how long have you been traveling around Chicago?
Are we saying in its entirety, or since we started drinking blood for a living? To be quaint.
How long have you hungered for blood?
Since I woke up an hour ago.
Oh wow, you are very fresh. Welcome to the city.
New to city, new to this. This is gonna go great. If we live fast tonight.
Well, true. Well, one must adjust to new experiences, I guess. But it seems as if Keller and I have arrived very, very quickly to the city. We did not have a chance to adjust, get cleaned up, get more appropriate attire to meet the prince, which, by the way, very happy to see a black prince, but it was the wrong black prince.
I wouldn't say that in front of him.
I'm not. Two different skill sets, I will say. But I will say, for someone who arrived at the city so quickly, you don't seem to have had any issues changing or getting cleaned up. You're a very dapper individual. Were you dapper in Los Angeles?
I come from privilege, yes.
Oh, of course he does. Of course he does. I'm assuming in life as in death.
She ain't fucking wrong.
Okay.
That only Nathan hears that.
Oh.
As you see your dad just sort of chilling next to Matthias and Keller. Go on, don't mind me, just watching and enjoying the show. This cringe fest is amazing.
I'm gonna think, like, can you hear me in my head?
Oh, I'm here all the time, man.
You could just hear my thoughts.
I can hear your thoughts. What part of I'm you, you're me do you not understand yet?
Great.
Oh, they can't see me, by the way. Just you and me, buddy.
Yeah, I figured that out already.
Snapping in front of Keller's face.
Mr. Bishop, are you still with us?
Yeah, sorry. I was in my own
Caught
head.
slacking off your job
I'm doing my best.
Oh, you are. Continue.
He's just like, I'm just gonna say to my sire, you're enjoying this a little bit too much.
Trust me. I have your success is in both of our interests right now. Like I said, don't mind me. Just watching the show. Shh.
Okay, have fun.
Matthias leans in and kind of whispers, I must ask, have you had any strange feelings or voices in your head since you arrived to Chicago?
I don't think Nathan can, like, fucking hide the look on his face when you ask the question.
No.
I just look at my dad.
No? Okay.
Not that I can speak
It ain't like him. But continue.
upon. Nothing that I can really speak on. He says, but, like, you can tell there's something there. There's, like, no way. You cannot tell.
Okay. That must be the conscience. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Look. Whatever. That's fine.
It's been a rough night for many people.
You could say that.
I thought I saw all mine. Okay.
Lamar, did Matthias drink his glass?
No.
I look to it. If you're not gonna drink that, can I have that?
Yes. Keller? Keller, yes.
Yes, Keller, thank you. And
No.
I chug this one as well.
Now please correct me if I'm wrong. Miss Keller?
Keller works.
As you drink it, you feel this change. At your fifth hunger, it was hard to tell. You were just so hungry. But on this one, you feel loss, sadness, melancholy. The resonance of melancholy. That's what you have in your system right now.
So Keller hasn't changed. Good.
I mean, Dana hasn't changed.
That's what I said.
I'm down to 3 now, Quinn.
Yes.
Excellent. What do you think centuries-old vampires talk about when no one's listening?
Racism.
That's
Oh my-
honestly probably a valid thought.
Fucking, you should have been there last night when those fucking guys were there. One of these guys was fucking... They were calling my friend boy, and I'm pretty sure he wanted to say something worse. It was
Ooh.
so bad.
Gross.
Like, oh my god.
I gotta say, I honestly appreciate their strength. Some of those people let it fly.
Ugh.
Hold on, I need to roll something, actually.
Because we mentioned racism?
One thing in particular. Where are you? That's all you got? Oh no, okay, cool.
This is a new position. What would the first day of being a vampire really be if no one said congrats?
3, okay. Yeah. As you were mentioning that sort of interaction, right, between, you see the sheriff, Damien, come over with the pint glass. He's swigging it and holding it like he's sipping on a beer. He comes over, he says, so, what was that you just said? About one of them was saying boy?
Yeah, there was some racist fuck
Yeah.
calling some guy that I was with boy, and among other things, and was with some dude that had a clothespin in his nose.
Interesting.
Were they like us, I'm guessing?
Yeah. He's what's the best way to put it? A fucking asshole.
You are
And he
correct.
is teetering on the edge of me wanting to cut his head off.
I mean,
The prince, I'm sure you saw that interaction, that smile on his face as you mentioned this guy, right? Oh, we were just hoping that he would fuck up. This was the one time. This is it. Nah.
I will say, because at this point, I'm either gonna keep living or I'm gonna die tonight. I don't really give a fuck at this point.
Very true.
He did ask me which bishop I worked for. That's why I thought your last name was so interesting. Why I thought Newbie's name over here was so interesting.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that means anything to you, but there you go.
You probably thought you may have worked for me.
You're the younger then.
Somewhat. But I will say this. He's my responsibility. I'll deal with him. I've been wanting to for a long time. I mean, it's not every day that, well, somebody like me get to take out one of those old yeehaw Confederate rebels.
Fuck yeah, man.
He was an actual Confederate?
Yeah.
His name was Balthazar.
Go fucking burn him.
I did hear that name mentioned.
Look,
The other one.
he's also... If you ever run into him again, run. Call me. He's also extremely powerful.
Is he an anarch?
No. I don't know. Maybe, kind of. He just doesn't like... Well, he doesn't like us taking over.
Yeah, I'm down with just killing him on principle alone.
Yeah,
I
when
mean,
you finally
yeah.
get him, you fucking give him one for me. Fuck him.
Hopefully I can.
I'm hoping
One thing
for you.
you'll learn when you belong to the Bruja is not every rebellion is good. Not every revolution is just. There's blood in every single one of it. Anyway. I'll put in a good word for you.
Thanks. Appreciate it.
And I will say this. There's a good chance you may die tonight. So if you need to make peace, make peace. And if you need any business taken care of before you do, let me know. I'll see it send through.
I've been ready to die for at least a decade now. If it happens, it happens. I'd rather not, obviously, but always ready.
We'll find out. Bishop. Ha. Sorry about the interrogation earlier.
No need to apologize.
It's my job.
You do it well, clearly.
I like to think I do. Yeah. Roll what's insight, everybody.
Okay.
Let's go! 2 dice! Let's go!
God, I love Matthias.
I rolled 2 successes again.
7 dice, I only have 2 successes?
Nah, bruh.
I rolled a 6 and a 7.
I have no successes.
Okay. Okay. No successes, 2 successes, and Keller. Yeah, nothing. He's just like, yeah, I know I'm good at it. Alright. Here. Look. Brother from another mother. He takes out a note. If you ever need to reach me, you can find me here. Most nights. Most nights. Alright? And if you need anything,
and you can't get a hold of me, you get a hold of the Hound. That was the green-haired woman I was with earlier.
Yeah, is she okay?
They'll be alright. Also, they, them.
No, I get it.
That's Alexa?
Alexa, yeah. She's the Hound in everything but name only.
They, them are the Hound and everything.
We don't really need a Hound. Everything's pretty stable here until you guys showed up. I don't know why I'm telling you all this, but you're all gonna fucking die in a little bit.
Yeah,
It should be things that we know even if we don't. And if
I
we
mean,
do,
this is
then-
more information from Bishop here.
yeah,
I'm never gonna get rid of that, man.
Fair enough.
young man, my young brother, my apologies. I'm assuming,
Okay, there's another thing you gotta learn.
mm,
I may look younger than you, but I am older than you. And that's a deal here in the Camarilla.
yes, sir.
Well, didn't have to be so formal, but yeah.
He's only 3 days old. Give him a break.
So are you.
I
up?
literally woke up this morning. Evening.
I'm trying to be respectful to people who are showing power, because that's what you do. I just want to know, you keep saying multiple times that you could die. Is there anything that I can do to circumvent, my apologies, that process? Because I actually like living.
Being of use is always a good way to get ahead of that.
There's also many people that I need to assist.
Look, homie. Do what the prince says. Accept what he wants. Alright? I was just in there. I could tell you right now. You're useful. All three of you. You're young, you're new, you're not polluted in the mind with all this old world bullshit. You're good. And you, it points to Nathan, same thing. We could use a little bit of push into the fold here. I mean, that's traditionally what my clan does. My sire taught me. You push just enough and know what to push in order for progress to take place, little by little. We have the privilege of eternal life because of that. We're not going to die because progress could take so long sometimes, you know? But for us, we get to see it all unfold. And man, does it unfold. We could use that mind here, Mr. Bishop. And some new mindsets. But to answer your question, just do what the prince wants. Accept it.
Thank you, my man.
Alright, homie. And he takes his glass. It's sort of kind of full. Looks to Keller. Slides it over to her.
Hell yes.
The rest of you good?
Yes. Thank you.
Better now.
May the council reconvene.
That's us.
Scooch out of the booth.
I go down one more hunger, Quinn.
Yes.
Hell yeah.
The kindred in the back room come out. The prince takes his seat in his humble throne. Everybody roll wits awareness.
Oh, I don't have to roll all red dice now. Oh yeah.
4,
2.
2,
3.
3.
Which is my best stat.
Matthias, you can see Alexa looks a little apprehensive. And that's it for right now. But the sheriff takes the nun, drags their limp body before the prince. And the prince looks to you, Nathan, points to those two, and waves them over.
Yeah.
Okay. This means nothing to you two, but you were embraced. That's important. You were done so without my permission. However, based on the last person who was in charge, I'm set to let a few things slide. Now, looks to Matthias. You. This one embraced you? Points to the nun.
Yes.
Alright. You. Points to Keller. You have no idea, do you?
None at all.
Roll wits awareness again. Just Keller.
Three. Amazing.
3?
3, please.
Okay. Recognition in his eyes. But also restraint. Alright. Sheriff, take out the stake. Damien removes the stake from the nun. Your Majesty, it is an honor to meet the Prince of Chicago, the newcomer, Kevin Jackson. Silence. Now, if it is such an honor, why do this? Why violate such an integral and important tenet of the Masquerade? You should know better. The nun. Oh. Should I? Before I was saved by Cain. The prince kind of has a little curious glance at that phrase. Before I was saved by Cain, I belonged to his sword.
salvation.
In my celestial body.
Yeah.
The prince rubs his face, rubs his chin.
That's what I thought.
The sins of the father will not be met upon their childer, he announces. No such luck, though, for those who do the fucking siring.
Put a hand on Matthias's shoulder when he says that.
The seneschal opens up a book. Violation of the third tradition has been said. Thou shalt only sire with the permission of thine elder. If thou creates another without thine elder's leave, both thou and thy progeny shall be slain. Alexa moves over with a long sword sheathed. The prince removes it. The mother looks around and says, "Slay me. End my life. Bring my suffering to a final end so that I may bring sustenance to the Dark Father." Do you have any worthwhile words that will be your last? The prince says as he takes the long sword out, and the sheriff holds her down in a kneeling position.
Only that I do not recognize this court. This court is a trembling tower. It is a weakness. It is a falsity. It is an illusion. And you have no will over Cain.
You have no clue what is to come. You are falsity. What the priest saw in my mission to come here, I will never know. And me.
Do so.
All I ask. The prince continues to look down.
Is that you spare my angel?
My creation who was brought into the heaven of eternal darkness. Please. Alright, whatever. He takes the sword, looks down. A clean cut through the neck. Matthias, I need you to roll me a frenzy check.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
I'm holding on to him.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Oh, god damn it, Matthias. Why are you so good at this? 6 successes.
The last one.
No, I actually exploded. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 2 10s. So 7 successes?
7, alright. The head falls to the floor, and a swift cut that parallels the long sword that severed her head. And there is no blood. Nothing that squirms. She instead falls to ash. Right there. Before both you and Keller. Alexa comes up and holds the sheath. He, the prince, puts the longsword back in. Seneschal, is this recorded? It is, your majesty. Good. Let it be known that Annabelle, Primogen of the Toreador, has agreed to become the sire of you, pretty one. And you, old-timer. Your new sire's Alexa. Alexa sort of looks to you, gives a little smirk and a shrug. It's not a cocky smirk, it's like a, I guess we're doing this. Both of you, nah, all three of you, you're all getting along? Yeah? Good. You're stuck together. You're going to be a coterie together. You're all going to learn the ways of the Camarilla. And I understand, Mr. Bishop. You, Mr. Bishop, points to Alexander, Nathan. You may have an idea of what that is and what it means. It's different, it's more strict, and it's worked for hundreds of years. I will see you respect it. You are all going to the University of Chicago, to the lecture halls and nights of Critias here. Now, he's been around probably the longest of any kindred here in Chicago. Lives up to his name of the clan, the Philosopher King. You're going to learn a lot from him. Critias nods, acknowledges all three of you. I look forward to the lessons, Your Majesty. Yeah, whatever. Anyway. The council's dismissed. All you can leave at your own time. Sunrise is soon, though. And he gets up, walks towards the entrance of the Scar Lounge, looks off to the left-hand side, walks through the elevator. Alexa goes to Matthias. Yeah, so give me a minute. She comes back. And Matthias, she's holding ash of your sire in her hands. And she's holding it out like a gift.
Guys will take his hands out to receive it.
Yeah, we should go. Do you have a place? Do you have a place? You don't live with... I mean, you can if you... Nah, actually, Alec wouldn't like that. You have a place you can go, right?
Yes. Yes, I do.
Okay. Just make sure there's no sun. No sun. Hide yourself from the sun.
I'm gonna pull out an empty pill bottle that I have in my jacket and just hold it out for Matthias if you don't want to use your hands.
Thank you.
I'll pop it open for him.
He'll do his best to pour it in. Probably doesn't do very well.
Alexa, yeah.
What was her name?
Angelica. Sister Angelica. And I know it. We should just go. You're not hungry at all, right?
I have been fed.
Okay. Good. Good. We can share an Uber. Let's go.
Nuts.
Keller, that silver-haired, blue-eyed woman comes up to you and says, "Well, child, it is time for us to go too. However, you will be staying here. I frequent it often, and I trust Portia with my life. And you, Mr. Bishop, let's get you back to your sire, no?" You work your way to the entrance, and you see Portia casually leaning there, her arms crossed, a foot resting upon the wall. She smiles. She hits the elevator button until it eventually dings, and she enters in. "Come,
I follow.
childer. You as well, pretty one. Go."
I follow.
Portia looks. "Well, you did well."
Thank you. I hope I did.
I hope you did too. I mean, you're alive. I was hoping on that.
That's what I.
Portia, you do not mind. I don't. And they're kind of like close.
Keller's brain is just like, God, they're hot.
Yeah. she like Annabelle is very much sort of close to Portia, and Portia puts an arm around Annabelle. And they both work their way to the hallways where the condominiums sections of the Succubus Club are. She opens up a door, Portia. "This belongs to you, Keller. Make of it whatever you will. Or do you want the 2-bedroom?
Good with whatever is available.
Pick one. It's yours. Both of yours.
I'll pick
Except
this thing.
you, Nathan.
What was it?
I need to see you," Portia says.
Of course.
Did she say Nathan or did you mean Alexander?
No, she said Nathan.
Okay. So I definitely heard that.
Yep. Annabelle kind of looks to Portia and says, "My love, no, not tonight. Go. I got work to do." "Fine.
between French lesbians. I'm sorry.
Why does Vaughn get to stand beside the French lesbian?
I mean, I'm also.
Annabelle is very French, and Portia is definitely American. That's distinct, but she's sort of like a higher class American, but she speaks with that accent. In Portia, as you enter her room, the room where she was playing The Sims 4, that has all the antiquity in the office and everything, she directs you to sit in the chair.
I do so and let out like a breath, like holy shit that night.
Better?
Yes.
Good. So, you're going to be going to that, that old man.
Mm-hmm. Fucking my professor from school.
Yeah. Be careful of him. And if he ever does anything to take you away from me, you let me know.
Can do.
That old Athenian is... Well, let's just say I have a personal grudge against him.
Fair. He said he was a what?
A bruja.
Yeah, that.
Philosopher kings. Not so much anymore. They're mostly just annoying. But I will give Critias this. He lives up to what they were.
Well, I suppose that's good. He was, after all, my philosophy teacher, advanced philosophy teacher. Always had a student aide teaching the class, though, for reasons that make sense now.
Yeah. He's a sexist prick, too.
Aww.
Fuck him.
Oh, well, Greek fucker. That's the only shitty thing about their society was they hated women. It was just fucked up.
Just didn't understand it.
No, they were just sexist and dumb. I assume he's straight, so that probably explains part of it.
My sire said, no.
Oh, well, that's just disappointing.
I think you're his type. If that interests you.
Oh, no, I'm not into creepy professor types. I'm good.
Good.
I'm good. I'm good on that. No thanks.
She bites her wrist. To the matter at hand. Drink.
Okay, that's again.
Mm-hmm.
I just do it.
You drink from her. Stick around. Look around. You should find some things that interest you in this room. We're going to do this one more time, and then you can retreat for bed.
The feeding thing, you mean?
Yeah. One more time. That's all.
What's with it? There's a thing to it, I can tell from your tone.
You need to roll a charisma persuasion.
Okay.
Poke the bear.
I'm poking this
Poke the
bear.
very beautiful bear.
Do I have persuasion?
Actu-
I don't.
Actually,
Oh.
I totally need to look something up. Did I? Yes, I did. I'm sorry. Rules.
Addition.
Yeah. Oh my god, why are the P's so far in?
That's what they said?
No, that's not what your sire said.
My sire said,
And
Your
now you have a
sire.
new mommy.
Your sire said thunk.
Okay.
Sire said, I don't feel so good.
I need you to roll composure and intelligence.
Composure and intelligence.
Yeah. I didn't roll this one. I should have known.
4, 7. Oh crap! That is way. Hold on. My dice roller went fucking crazy. Oh shit. What's it mean when you get 2 10s? That means what again?
That's a crit.
Crit.
That's 2 successes.
It's 4.
Okay.
Well, 4
So-
if you, yeah.
4, and the DC 6, right?
Mhm.
So that means 6 successes.
That's really good. That's really good, actually. Holy shit.
Look at you go.
Nathan's like, I'm sus. This is sus.
Well, Killer can't play Among Us now.
Yeah. Oh no. What will we do with our evenings?
Not enough, though. That was really good,
Better
but not
go.
enough.
God damn.
Hot.
Actually, I'm sorry, but you just kind of want to do it.
Fuck.
She's just so pretty.
You're pretty.
There's something enchanting about her. She can't do any harm to you.
This is fine.
This is not okay, but
It's
okay.
fine. No, it's fine.
That's a Vaughn reaction, but not a Nathan one.
Yep. Okay, well, he does it then.
Yeah. Well, first you look around the room. You see a lot of interesting artifacts. Why don't you roll me a intelligence academics?
I'm good at that. Do.
Look at you go.
I'm really good at that. Cause I have 8 dice when I roll that shit. That's 5 successes. Do you want subtract in this edition?
No.
Okay,
Nope.
then yeah, that's 5 successes.
No, this ain't Requiem.
Okay.
It's not 20th edition werewolf.
Yeah. It's a fun game, though. Of course, there's the bust of Helena of Sparta, not Troy.
Mhm.
But you see a number of other things. How many successes was it again? 5? You remember that Helena descended from Spartan royalty.
Mhm.
And it looks like a few of the artifacts that belonged to her previous line, not only of Troy, may have found their way into this room.
Damn.
You see a Spartan sword. You look to it closely, and you think it dates to the first somewhere around the invasion of Xerxes.
Okay.
And a shield on there. You see a wreath on there that belongs to Spartan royalty as well, that would sit upon the head. And you see a number of books that date to something called the Ashira and Istar. Seem to be the main reading subjects as of right now. And Podia comes and says, "Anything catch your eye?"
I kind of motion to the wreath and the sword, and but mainly the books as well.
That sword belonged to Helena's mortal ancestor, Leonidas.
Quite the lineage.
And the wreath to Queen Goro.
Queen Goro? She was a badass.
She was. Most Spartan women were. Far ahead of their time. Though, let's not kid ourselves what their duties they thought primarily were. But they had a lot going for them. Here, again.
God damn it.
Nom nom.
Fucking bitch. Damn
Blood
right.
bun. Blood bun.
Buns.
Okay. Unfortunately, you cannot resist the blood bond.
I know, because I'm a... Yeah.
Well, even with that, you could roll to do it, but she would roll the number of dice, you cannot beat it. Does this make sense? There is
Yeah.
something called automatic failure. But
That's fair.
There is also something called... Well, the system is failure, but it's a success but a failure at the same time.
Okay.
Should you choose to become bonded to Portia, you would gain her as a Mala. But you love her if you do. You do. It doesn't have to be romantic.
Oh, I know, like platonic, mentor.
Paternal friendship. Probably paternal.
Yeah, paternal.
Yeah. She couldn't do any harm to you. She would never do that. You're dedicated to her. Let's not make any qualms about it. It is toxic. This is going to be akin to slavery. But it is an option. What would you like to do? No matter what you fail, but you could succeed to fail.
So the option is to accept it, or what was it?
You can
Succeed, or
Yeah, success to fail.
I guess I'll do that if it's the best benefit.
Okay, so you gain her as a... We'll start with a 3-dot Mala.
Okay. I mean, if it's that or nothing, I guess I'll take it.
Yeah. But you never want to upset her. It's something to take note of.
Yeah, I figured.
Mm-hmm.
Don't piss off Mom. Alright, hold on, let me find my
Do
shit.
whatever mom wants.
Definitely not hot mom.
Ma, hot mom, what do you want?
Hot mom. Hot mom.
Going to Matthias, real quick. Damien looks to you, says, "Come on, you two, I'll give you a ride." "Alright, thank you. Are you gonna make it on time?" "Yeah, don't worry about me." Gets in his car. Alexa and sits in the back seat. She scoots over and sort of pats on the other side of the chair where she was sitting for you to enter into, Matthias.
He slips in.
So, yeah. Damien begins driving away. Critias is good. He's gonna teach you a lot. You're probably upset. I get it. I wouldn't want me as a sire either.
Matthias looks over to Alexa and gives her a small smile. You haven't proven yourself to be useless yet. I haven't proven myself to be useful. The death of anyone around us should be honored.
What's that from?
A book. A story. Doesn't matter. Did it help?
Sure. God's real.
Getting that.
I don't know how to put this. You shouldn't forget who made you. But you should also know exactly what she was. She was really bad. Matthias. I mean, shit, we're not all good. I know what's wrong with me. I like dead things, so what? But it could be worse. You could belong to Sun. That was an option. Damien's kind of shivers. He's like, oh, fuck that guy. Sorry, I didn't mean to eavesdrop. No. Son, that's my other piece of advice. Never go anywhere alone with Son. Ever. He's our primogen. I think... No, I know you're... I know you're one of us. I can feel it. You're a lunatic. You drew the short end of the stick, even for us. But that's my piece of advice. Don't go anywhere alone with our primogen. Don't trust Son.
Don't stand in the sun. Don't trust Son.
Anything with Son in it is bad.
Getting that.
Okay.
Getting that.
You're gonna do good.
It's been a hell of a 3 days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where are we taking you again? We can't take you back to the laundromat.
No, don't do that. There was a house, an abandoned, not a house, like an abandoned place that the sister brought me to. It was abandoned.
Are you sure?
No.
Oh.
But no one messed with me. That's the only place I have right now.
Okay.
But as you're my sire, as they say, I believe that's the proper lexicon.
Mm-hmm.
We can either go there or go where you instruct me.
We'll go there. If you like it, you like it. Just make sure there's no sun.
In any way.
A whisper enters into your mind. Into the dragon's den we go.
I have no idea what to make of that.
It's gonna happen like that sometimes.
Yeah.
Keller. What would you like your apartment to look like in the Succubus Club?
I think it's pretty simple. It's mostly dark colors, like blacks and grays.
Very matching.
It's never been too materialistic, so.
And it does match that. The room you choose is luxury. It's nice. You look around and it's almost akin to a hotel style setup. You have a bed, a shower, a dresser, a television, a computer already set up. It's a nice computer too. You get the impression that whoever stays here may be a bit of a PC gamer. The television's nice as well. You turn on the Amazon Fire. It's got 4K options. The dresser. The showers are made with pristine and well cleaned stainless steel. No windows, though. no windows in the inside of this room. The lights turn on. There's a knock on the door. Before I depart, may I enter?
Of course.
Annabelle stands there, her blue eyes giving you a warm greeting. Oh, sorry. No?
Hmm.
How do you feel about the situation that is presented to you?
I am very appreciative of how this path is going at the moment. I'm excited to see where it goes.
So good. I am very interested in you. Well, so is Portia. So are we all. Shari. But there is one thing that we must learn first.
Alright.
To whom do you belong? If I had any guess for me, it is that you belong to us. The roses, my dear.
I heard the word Toreador thrown around.
Indeed. That is the clan of myself and Portia. Though I did learn that Mr. Bishop, Portia's child, is not of our clan. Not as elegant. He belongs to those secretive bunch, the warlocks, the Shamir.
Is that common for sires not to match their child?
It is not uncommon. Lucky for you, no?
Indeed.
Sorry. No, it is not uncommon. But this coterie that you put together, it is going to be good for you. But after your lesson with Critias, come tomorrow, you will find out what you are. No?
Excellent.
My pretty little rose. And I will bring some clothes over and we will try them on you. We must get you out of these rags.
I
One
hold up
such-
bits of my torn shirt.
Yes.
I would appreciate it greatly.
One such as you should, You are a canvas now. But soon, with a little paint, holds your shirt, you will be a masterpiece. One thing, my dear. She begins walking over to the door. Should you... I sure hope you don't have anybody that you loved or cared for before you were embraced into our fine world. Tell nobody of this. You will learn.
This is the second time in 2 days I've been asked that, and the answer is that I don't.
Good. She gives you like a European farewell kiss. Goodbye.
Good night.
They always are. She closes the door behind you.
Fucking hell. Just sit on the edge of the bed and just consolidate information.
What is she thinking?
Keller's mind is always on moving forward, and right now she's thinking about the fastest way in order to survive is to gain knowledge about everything that's happening. So she's like, what are clans? What's a Toreador? What's this? What's that? Also, she brought up, don't love anyone. That's obviously very important, so I'm just going to keep saying that I don't have anybody that I care for, and she's just consolidating all of her brain is a maelstrom of information as she just sits and waits and thinks it over.
All right. We will end tonight's stream with Matthias. The car stops. You are brought over to the abandoned building. Damien looks to you and says, "This is it?"
This is it.
Homie, it looks like a crack house.
Upgrade, really.
Your haven.
It shall be.
Alright.
Is there any other rules before I go to sleep, I hope?
You're fully fed, right?
Yes.
Alright then. Nah, not really.
Will you find me tomorrow?
Yeah.
Go
We're gonna take you to Critty S tomorrow.
Cool.
Gotta drop you off to school, right? Alexa says. Here's my number if you need anything. Chill. Do you have a phone?
No. Unfortunately, before I was brought into this world, I was already...
Here. Have mine. You're gonna need it. It's an older iPhone.
Jess, I'm so sorry. I must ask. These are two different numbers, correct?
I'm sorry?
The phone you gave me and the number you gave me. These are not the same number, correct?
No, they are. I'll make it work. Don't worry. Wait, that's not how phones work. Damien, can you... I got it here. And he reaches into the glove box and pulls out like a small Nokia phone.
Burner, good. He'll take that one and hand back Alexa. And he'll bow his head.
Look, Damien, Alexa says. Alexa goes, look. Also, Matthias, you let the beast eat a guy. You killed somebody. If the cops come and question you, you text me and you let me know, okay? I'll deal with it. You technically broke the Masquerade.
That was not...
I understand. You're gonna learn. Don't worry. But you broke it. Still. If you kill somebody again, let me know when I can have the body. Or just get rid of the body. Okay?
Yeah. I will do my best to not do that ever again.
Okay. Because the cops are investigating it now. And I just need you to really, really be aware of that.
They've harassed me for other things before. It will be fine.
Damien kind of looks over. He's like, I can't believe that. All right. Later, old timer.
He reaches out to shake their hand. If he gives it to him,
He does. It's a very informal farewell. Alexa's like, she's very confused. She sort of want to like reach out for a hug and holds it back, and it's like, oh no, all right.
Matthias will just go ahead and give her a hug.
Oh. Okay.
It'll be okay, Alexa. At least, God willing.
All right. You close the car door. Alexa waves as they drive away. There you are. The exterior looks exactly as Damien said. Boarded up crack house.
Okay.
The homeless graffiti marking the number of dead that have entered in. Pretty much implying stay away. Do you enter in?
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna listen around to make sure it's actually empty. It was empty last time. Shit changes on the streets.
Wits awareness.
God, I love that roll because it's my best roll. No, it's not. It's one of my best rolls. 5.
Hot.
It looks empty.
He'll go in.
You open the door and it is dark as you step in here. It's a small hallway that you begin to make out, but as you begin walking in, the floor upon which you step on is interesting, to say the least. It feels like the lining of carpet underneath as you step upon the soft ground. You look around and there is this stench, this unbearable stench between rotten shit. You reach around to feel where the windows would be, and you don't see the boards. Instead, you do see where the window is. It is sealed, but not with anything in particular. With that soft floor underneath. Empty is the den of the dragon. Wits awareness.
Three.
Your eyesight adjusts to the dark as it would if you were kind. The floor is made of human skin.
Oh.
Ooh.
Okay.
And the window is covered with the tissue of muscle.
What the fuck? No.
And that is where we'll end tonight's game.
Matthias is like, you know what? I'm getting a hotel.
You picked the wrong Airbnb, buddy.
What the fuck? What the fuck?
Oh no.
No.
You can't win, Lamar. He
I
can't
wanna-
win.
I want to go back to my face where you're like, there was a house. I'm going to be like, that was probably like that.
There was. He's been there before.
You don't remember it though. You were like, I even told you. I remember this much. I was like, yeah, you don't remember it. And, like walking through, you were like, oh, that's weird. All right.
Last week Keller was on the bottom. I think Matthias is now on the bottom of people having a good time.
This is a lot.
That
This
is-
was a day and a half. Let me see. In the last 4 hours, Matthias has killed a guy, went to a house, been in a car accident, saw a dead white woman, saw a tire get killed, and then now is in a room full of skin and tissue.
I will say you killed the man the night before. It wasn't in the same 4 hours.
You know what that is? Fair.
Everything else, though.
This has been.
A day.
I feel as if Matthias. He did join a particular group of individuals.
Well, everybody, thank you for joining us today. You all get 1 XP.
Yay!
We're up to 5 total now.
Yeah.
Look at us go.
Oh, can't. Oh, god damn it.
Thank you for joining us, everybody. I'm your storyteller, Quinn, guiding these young fledglings through the night of Camarilla and kindred jihad politics. Oh, did y'all have fun?
Yes, there's
Yeah, dude.
We didn't die yet!
I know.
So,
You did the one thing I asked you not to do.
I rolled that pre-roll, and she was like 1 away from beating Alexa, and I was like, oh damn, all right. But the hound is the hound for a reason, man.
I did pick a group.
Anyway, let's go with thoughts on tonight's game. What you liked, what you didn't, and let's go and start from the bottom up. Vaughn.
Hi, I'm Vaughn. I played Nathan. It was a really fun game. My stupid boy. It was so dumb. I really enjoyed the awkwardness that he just kind of had to endure through, like, talking to Keller and Matthias, and they were like, "You been around long?" He's just like, "Sure." You know what? Yeah. What? Okay.
Yes. Skirt. Truth.
Yeah. Yeah. Just kind of danced around that. With it, did his best to bullshit. That was a lot of fun, and just dealing with the awkward interactions of other kindred who expected him to know what the fuck he was talking about when he had no idea what the fuck he was talking about. So it was a lot of fun. Also,
Alright.
just seeing.
All right, Dana, thoughts on today's session?
Why are all the ladies so hot? Also,
Yes.
I am so glad we didn't die. And I am just... Oh god, can we play next week? No, I enjoyed everything about our session tonight. I feel like everything went really well.
Yeah,
And I'm looking forward to more Dark Nights.
surprisingly. And then,
When
But-
does it believe in us?
I
What-
don't believe it.
Matthias.
Yeah, wow, man, look. Today was fantastic as a player and as a person watching a story. Man, like, this is... Matthias is... Oh, man. This...
On the bottom.
He wants to be a good guy. The world just keeps testing him.
He just walked into a murder house.
This is a lot. This is a lot.
This is my home.
This is my home now. Yeah, this is great. He's great. He saw 2 children. One of wanting to die variety. One of affluent riches.
I didn't say she wanted to die.
You've said it multiple times. And then
Said she's ready to die.
That's the
There's a
same
difference.
thing. Then crazy sire. All of a sudden, nuts as fuck. She seemed dope for a while. And now he's being sired by the Popo, the vampire Popo, essentially.
Big
This
dog.
is a lot for a 43-year-old black man from Chicago. Some changes might be coming to the character that I was not prepared for, but I'm so excited.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeet. All right.
Yeah.
Well, our good friends over at Dumpstack Charisma are still streaming, so we are going to go over and raid them. And until next time, my fellow kindred, always remember that is the blood of Cain that decides our fate. Have a good night, everybody.
Bye.
Get out.